All right, guys, it's Rags. We got the dog walk here, and it's brought to you by the Grease Pig. All right, so Coach Wood, this is going to be our second year on the Fayetteville. We got a real experienced line this year with 4 seniors and 1 junior. What do you expect out of these guys this year going into this season?
Well, last year we kind of created our identity in being physical. Like, we love to get downhill and run the football at you, but this year we're just looking to build some consistency and leave a legacy for the future.
So what 2 linemen are actually what linemen are actually kind of building this team together as far as just the guys, since you have so many that are kind of upperclassmen?
I mean, we have to lean on Matt and Drake. The left side, just they're big, powerful dudes. Like, they go out and they perform well, but those other seniors, like, they get it, they've seen it, they've been battle tested, they know what we expect.
Yeah. Now, even last week we got a over 100-yard rusher in Johnson. We had a couple flashes of other guys. Just kind of talk about that, just going into the season, as far as just how you guys prepared for that game last week against Cabot.
I mean, we kind of knew Cabot might show us something different. Like, we prepared all week to see 4 down, but we've seen 3 down from our defense since this spring. Like, the great thing about having experience is you've seen it all before.
Yeah.
So they roll out in something new. It took us a minute to get adjusted, and then our guys just went out and they competed well.
Yeah. Now a lot of people may not know your previous experience playing O-line out in Springdale with those major Springdale teams, Mustang and Clean Scale and all those other guys. Just talk about that experience, just as it's carried you on into your coaching ranks and things like that. Just being able to share that influence with these other guys.
Yeah, so I was very blessed. I got to play for Gus Malzahn.
Yeah.
And he had a great staff at Springdale. My offensive line coach was a man named Donnie Strubing. And he was an All-American at UCA.
Yeah.
He went to the league for a little bit until he got injured. Like, I still find myself leaning on things he taught us then. Here we are 20 years later.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. Now we're going into our next game. We got, a former coach that used to coach here over there, but also just to talk about that game last year. You guys had to lean on your offensive line, who was relatively a little bit younger than they are this time. Just talk about what you guys are preparing for going against Broken Arrow again this year.
So this year will be a little bit of a different monster. Last year, the defense coordinator, who's now at Shiloh, was there. And he's the captain guy. He sells his defense on the internet. Like,
yeah,
it's like a bad war movie. There's bodies flying all over the place. You never know where they're coming from. But, like, that kind of played into our hands in the second half. We just lined up and tried to smash on them and knock it out of a gap. This year, Coach Hill is different. Like, you know where they're going to line up, but they're going to play their technique. They're going to be very sound. And they're going to run the football with some explosive kids.
Yeah, no, that was one thing last year that caught me off guard, was just the way that they lined up their defense. And I mean, you could never really tell who to block. You never knew who was coming. So it was one of those that I think y'all figured it out in that second half, and as Battles was able to kind of run behind you guys. Is that something that's similar that Battle did last year, that Johnson does this year, as far as just helping out, as far as finding the gaps before the offensive line?
Yeah, Caleb's patience is phenomenal, and his vision's phenomenal. He has a great feel for how to set up his blocks and all that kind of stuff. He reminds me kind of the Bell guy who played for the Steelers.
Yeah.
He's patient. When it's time to go, he hits it and he's gone.
Yeah. Now, even with the addition of Hank Hendricks, and just kind of the way this offense has to kind of change itself as far as its identity. We were more of a running team last year, with Odom having the mobility, but also Hendricks has that mobility as well, but it's somewhat sneaky. Like, what have y'all done as far as on the offensive line to kind of change? Have y'all been able to change anything, or everything fundamentally still the same?
Fundamentally, it stays the same, because in high school football, if you can't run the football, you're not going to have any success.
Yeah.
Everywhere I've been, the emphasis has been, hey, we have to be good enough at running the football that teams want to play man against you. Well, we have some cats you don't want to play man against, so we have some good lanes out of that also.
Yeah. Now, so just as we move on to this season, we're playing Broken Arrow next. We got a bye week. We got Texas High after that. What's your expectations for, this offensive line? As we saw Caleb yesterday, or last Friday, just kind of run the ball as best as any running back could. What are y'all striving for as far as y'all goals for the offensive line?
We have 2 every week, and the kids kind of laugh about it because, like, the message doesn't change. So we're going to go out there, we're going to physically try to beat people in the submission, and we're just going to go try to play clean. Because if you don't have pre-snap penalties or post-play penalties, and you go and you physically wear on a defense, offensive line wise, you're gonna do what you need to do.
Yeah, I hear you on that one, Coach. So, Coach, now that we got it back down there to the end zone, I want to give Coach, appreciate Coach for coming through, Coach Wood, and this is the Dawg Walk. Appreciate y'all.